I see how tired you feel when simple tasks take longer than they used to. You reach for a jar and your hand trembles. You stand from a chair and your legs protest. And the mirror shows a body that no longer bounces back the way it once did. If you worry that muscle loss is stealing your independence or that the gym and protein powders are the only answers, you are not alone. And there is hope that might surprise you. I'm Dr. Linda Rose. For decades I have worked with people just like you who want to stay active, affectionate, and independent well into their later years. I know the fear of losing mobility, the frustration of slow recovery after a fall, and the quiet ache when your favorite hobbies feel out of reach. That's why today I want to share a different approach. One that does not start with more protein shakes, but with a small mineral many older adults overlook that helps muscles revive faster after 60. In this video I will walk you through why your muscles may be whispering for this mineral, how it helps behind the scenes, and simple, safe ways to bring it back into your daily life. I will explain the science in plain language and give practical steps you can use tomorrow morning. My goal is simple: to help you move with more confidence, reduce recovery time, and reclaim the joy of doing things you love without confusing medical jargon. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip, designed especially for older adults like you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve these videos for your benefit. Now, let's begin. Mineral number 1. Magnesium. The hidden engine behind fast muscle recovery. As I begin this first part, I want you to imagine something simple. Think about a light switch. When you flip it on, electricity flows smoothly and the room brightens instantly. But when the wiring behind the wall is weak, the light flickers, struggles, or refuses to turn on. Your muscles work the same way. They depend on tiny electrical signals to contract, relax, and repair themselves. And after 60, the wiring inside your body becomes less efficient. Not because you have aged poorly, but because one mineral slowly fades away without you realizing it. That mineral is magnesium. I tell my patients that magnesium is like the quiet electrician inside your body. It is not loud like protein, it does not get flashy marketing like collagen, and yet it controls more than 300 reactions that keep your muscles strong, flexible, and quick to recover. When magnesium drops, your muscles become stiff, your legs cramp at night, your strength fades faster, and small tasks leave you unusually tired. Many older adults believe this decline is just part of aging, but it is often a magnesium issue, not a muscle issue. Let me explain why. Every time your muscle fibers contract, they use calcium. But to relax again, they need magnesium. Without enough magnesium, your muscles stay tight longer, tear more easily, and take more time to heal after simple movements like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. I have seen many people who think they need more protein or more exercise, when the real problem is that their muscles are stuck in a constant state of tension. When this tension goes unchecked, it slows blood flow, reduces oxygen delivery, and makes muscle repair painfully slow. Magnesium gently releases this tension and restores the natural rhythm of your muscle fibers. When that rhythm returns, even small activities begin to feel easier. Magnesium is also deeply connected with energy production. Your cells make energy through a molecule called ATP, but ATP cannot even activate unless it is bound to magnesium. This means your muscles cannot produce clean energy if magnesium is low. That is why so many people in their 60s and 70s feel heavy, sluggish, or drained after mild activity. They are not weak. Their cells simply cannot turn food into energy efficiently. When they restore magnesium levels, they often tell me they feel lighter, quicker, and more awake inside their body. This improvement has nothing to do with protein shakes. It comes from fixing the energy system itself. Another overlooked benefit of magnesium is inflammation control. Muscle soreness after activity is normal, but if the inflammation stays high, recovery becomes slow. I have worked with many patients who experienced stubborn muscle tightness that lingered for days. When we corrected magnesium levels, the soreness decreased significantly because magnesium helps calm muscle fibers and reduce inflammatory stress. Think of it as putting cool water on a fire inside your tissues. I also want to talk about circulation. After 60, blood vessels often stiffen, which limits nutrient delivery to your muscles. Magnesium gently relaxes the vessel walls, allowing blood to flow more freely. When circulation improves, healing speeds up. I once worked with a woman in her late 70s who struggled with calf pain every morning. She thought it was aging, but within 2 weeks of improving her magnesium intake, she felt a dramatic improvement. Her legs felt alive again, as she described it. The transformation came from circulation, not protein. Now you might wonder where to get magnesium. The truth is, many older adults unintentionally lower their magnesium intake by avoiding foods that upset their stomach or by relying on processed meals. Foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, bananas, avocados, beans, and whole grains are rich in magnesium, yet often missing from daily meals. I encourage you to start with simple changes. Add a handful of almonds, a small bowl of oatmeal, or a few spinach leaves to a sandwich. These small steps help restore magnesium slowly and safely. As I guide my patients, I also remind them to drink more water because magnesium works best when the body is properly hydrated. Even mild dehydration blocks magnesium's ability to relax muscles. Many older adults do not feel thirsty often, which means water intake is naturally low. Just 2 glasses more each day can improve how well magnesium supports your muscles. What I want you to take from this part is simple. Magnesium is not optional. If you want your muscles to revive quickly, move comfortably, and recover without long discomfort, you must support this mineral. Protein builds muscle fibers, but magnesium makes those fibers work, heal, and relax. Without it, protein alone cannot restore strength. When magnesium levels rise, your body responds beautifully, and you begin to notice smoother movements and faster recovery within days or weeks. Mineral number 2. Potassium. The muscle recharging mineral that prevents weakness after 60. When I think about the struggles many older adults face, one pattern shows up again and again. You stand up from a chair and feel sudden heaviness in your legs. You take a short walk and your muscles tire faster than they should. You wake up with stiffness that feels glued into your body. Most people blame age, but I have learned that the real issue often relates to a mineral that works silently inside your cells: potassium. I explain to my patients that potassium is like the battery fluid inside your muscles. Without it, your muscles cannot send signals properly, cannot hydrate, and cannot produce smooth movement. After 60, potassium levels naturally decline because appetite changes, digestion slows, medications like diuretics flush potassium out, and kidney efficiency decreases. The result is a quiet but powerful decline in muscle energy that many people misinterpret as weakness. Your muscles depend on electrical signals to contract and relax. These signals are controlled by a balance between potassium and sodium. When potassium drops, sodium rises, and your muscles begin to struggle. They misfire, tighten, cramp, and fatigue quickly. I often meet older adults who tell me they feel unsteady or wobbly when they walk, and they assume they need more protein or more strength training. In reality, their muscles cannot receive proper nerve messages because potassium is too low to support smooth communication. When potassium is restored, these messages become clear again, and movement becomes easier, safer, and more controlled. Many people even notice better balance within weeks, which helps prevent dangerous falls. Potassium is also essential for hydrating your muscle cells. Muscles need water to stay full, firm, and flexible, but water does not stay inside muscle fibers without potassium holding it there. When potassium is low, the body pulls water out of your muscles and into the bloodstream, leaving your tissues dry, stiff, and prone to soreness. That is why dehydration and low potassium often feel the same: weakness, cramping, and slow recovery. When I help my patients increase potassium through simple foods like bananas, oranges, potatoes, or lentils, they often feel an immediate sense of freshness in their muscles because hydration returns where it is needed most. Another powerful role of potassium is its effect on blood pressure. High blood pressure stiffens blood vessels and reduces nutrient delivery to your muscles. If your muscles do not receive enough oxygen, even mild activity can feel exhausting. Potassium helps relax blood vessels, lower pressure naturally, and improve circulation to the muscles. Many older adults who struggle with fatigue during walking feel dramatic improvements after increasing potassium-rich foods in their meals. Better circulation means your muscles repair faster, recover quicker after exercise, and experience less soreness the next day. Let me share something that often surprises people. Potassium supports the small energy factories inside your cells, known as mitochondria. These tiny engines produce the power your body needs to move, lift, stretch, and stay active. When potassium is insufficient, these engines slow down, and you feel it as physical tiredness or muscle heaviness. When potassium rises, your mitochondria activate more efficiently, and your strength begins to return in a steady, reliable way. I have seen older adults experience remarkable changes just by improving potassium through natural foods rather than relying solely on supplements. One of my patients once told me she felt like her legs were turning into wet sand. Every step felt heavy, and she could not lift her feet normally. After reviewing her diet, I realized she was barely eating potassium-rich foods. We added just 2 simple items: 1 banana in the morning and a cup of cooked potatoes at lunch. Within 10 days, she called me and said, "It feels like someone switched my legs back on." This improvement came from potassium restoring the electrical balance inside her muscles. You do not need dramatic diet changes to restore potassium. You simply need consistency. A banana, a handful of dried apricots, a serving of beans, a cup of yogurt, a potato with skin, or even coconut water can significantly improve your potassium intake. The key is choosing 2 or 3 potassium-rich foods every day rather than trying to make one large change. As you support your body with more potassium, you help your muscles recharge, rehydrate, and function smoothly. Potassium does not replace protein, but without potassium, protein cannot work effectively. For older adults who want to recover faster, move confidently, and prevent muscle weakness, potassium is essential. Mineral number 3. Calcium. The stability and strength mineral your muscles cannot function without after 60. When I talk with older adults about muscle weakness, they often assume calcium is only for bones. But the truth is very different. Calcium is deeply involved in every muscle movement you make, from lifting your foot to stand up, to gripping a cup, to maintaining balance when you walk across the room. I often tell my patients that without enough calcium, your muscles behave like a flashlight with dying batteries. The light flickers, dims, and shuts off unexpectedly. In your body, this shows up as trembling, slow movements, sudden fatigue, and unpredictable leg weakness. After 60, calcium absorption naturally declines, and the body begins to pull calcium from bones to support muscle activity. This can leave your bones vulnerable and your muscles underpowered at the same time. To understand calcium's role, imagine your muscles as a team that requires clear instructions to move. Those instructions come from nerve signals, and calcium acts as the messenger that helps those signals reach the muscle fibers. Every contraction, whether large or small, requires calcium to enter the muscle cells. If calcium is low, the signal becomes weak, and the muscle cannot respond with full strength. Many older adults describe this as feeling slow inside my muscles, even when they are trying their best. When we restore calcium levels through simple dietary choices, muscle responsiveness improves, and daily movements feel smoother and more reliable. Another overlooked role of calcium is its influence on balance. Your muscles need steady contraction and relaxation patterns to keep you stable while walking, climbing stairs, or standing up from a chair. When calcium is insufficient, these patterns become uneven. You may feel wobbly, hesitant, or less secure on your feet. It is not just a mobility issue, it is a safety issue. I have seen older adults regain confidence simply by addressing low calcium levels, and the change often appears within weeks because calcium directly affects muscle coordination. Calcium also helps prevent nighttime issues like leg cramps, twitching, or sudden tightening of the calves. These episodes occur when the nerve-muscle communication becomes unstable. When calcium levels are restored, these nighttime disturbances often decrease significantly. Many of my patients have told me that they sleep more peacefully once their calcium intake improves, and restful sleep naturally enhances muscle recovery. What many people do not realize is that calcium depends on other minerals and vitamins to work properly. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium from food. Magnesium helps regulate how calcium moves in and out of the muscle cells. When either of these nutrients is low, calcium cannot support your muscles effectively. That is why I encourage a balanced intake rather than relying on supplements alone. Most older adults benefit more from dietary calcium than from pills, because food delivers calcium in a form the body can use steadily and safely. Let me share an example. A man in his 70s came to me concerned about his declining strength. He had been drinking protein shakes every day and doing light exercise, yet he felt weaker each month. After reviewing his diet, I realized he was barely consuming any calcium-rich foods. We added yogurt to breakfast, a small serving of leafy greens at lunch, and a bit of cheese with dinner. Within 3 weeks, he felt stronger and more stable when walking. His improvement had nothing to do with increasing protein. His muscles simply needed the calcium that had been missing. Foods like yogurt, milk, cheese, almonds, tofu, and leafy greens provide steady and safe calcium. Even small daily portions can make a large difference. Some older adults avoid dairy due to digestive discomfort, which I understand. In those cases, options like fortified plant milks, sardines, sesame seeds, and cooked greens offer excellent alternatives. The goal is consistency, not quantity. A little calcium every day is far better than a large amount once in a while. As you support your muscles with calcium, you help restore strength, stability, and confidence in your movements. Calcium will not replace protein, but without it, your muscles cannot contract or relax properly. This mineral is essential for safe walking, lifting, standing, and overall muscle performance after 60. If you want your body to feel steady and reliable again, calcium must be part of your daily routine. Mineral number 4, zinc. The repair and recovery mineral your muscles depend on after 60. When I sit with older adults and listen to their concerns about weakness, slower healing, or constant fatigue, one mineral quietly shows up again and again: zinc. Many people do not realize how crucial zinc is for muscle repair. I often explain that zinc works like a skilled mechanic inside your body. Whenever your muscles experience small tears from daily movement, exercise, or strain, zinc comes in to rebuild those fibers. But after 60, zinc levels commonly drop because appetite decreases, digestion becomes less efficient, and the body absorbs less zinc from food than it used to. This slow decline reduces your ability to heal, making recovery feel longer and more difficult. When zinc is restored, your muscles begin to repair faster, soreness fades more quickly, and strength returns in a steady and encouraging way. Zinc plays a major role in protein synthesis, but not in the way many people think. You can eat all the protein you want, but without zinc, your body cannot turn that protein into muscle tissue. It is like having building bricks but no workers to assemble them. Many of my patients tell me they feel frustrated because they take protein powders or eat high-protein meals, yet their strength still declines. The true problem is often low zinc. When zinc levels improve, protein starts working the way it should, and the rebuilding process strengthens muscles naturally. This is why I tell my patients that zinc does not replace protein, it activates it. Another important role of zinc is its effect on inflammation. Small amounts of inflammation help your muscles heal, but chronic inflammation slows recovery and increases pain. Zinc helps keep inflammation balanced so that your body can rebuild efficiently without getting overwhelmed. Many older adults who suffer from lingering soreness or joint stiffness feel noticeable improvements when they correct zinc deficiency. They describe it as feeling less tight and more relaxed during normal activities. This improvement supports better mobility and reduces the fatigue that many feel after simple tasks. Zinc also supports your immune system, and you might wonder what that has to do with muscle recovery. The answer is simple. A strong immune system speeds up healing. When your immune system is weak, muscle repair slows down, and tiny injuries remain unhealed for longer periods. This creates a cycle where your muscles feel delicate, weak, or easily strained. When zinc strengthens the immune response, your muscles receive better support from inside the body, leading to faster and more comfortable healing. Many of my patients notice that they bounce back quicker after minor injuries or strain once their zinc intake increases. Let me share a story from one of my patients. A woman in her late 60s came to me complaining of constant soreness in her arms and legs. She believed she needed more protein, but her diet already contained plenty. After reviewing her meals, I realized she was consuming almost no zinc-rich foods. We added simple items like beans, chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, eggs, and a small portion of yogurt. Within 2 weeks, she told me she felt stronger and more stable. Her recovery after activities became smoother, and she no longer felt lingering soreness at night. This was not because her protein intake changed. It was because her zinc levels finally supported her muscle repair. Food sources of zinc are easy to include even in simple meals. Lentils, beans, nuts, seeds, whole grains, eggs, yogurt, and small amounts of lean meat or fish are excellent sources. Even a few tablespoons of roasted chickpeas or a handful of pumpkin seeds can provide meaningful zinc. For those who avoid meat, plant-based sources can still supply enough zinc when eaten regularly. The key is steady intake. Zinc does not work well if consumed only once in a while. Daily consistency helps your muscles stay nourished and ready to rebuild. As your body ages, healing naturally slows down. But this does not mean you are powerless. By supporting your zinc levels, you help your muscles repair themselves reliably and quickly. Zinc brings together immunity, protein use, inflammation control, and tissue rebuilding, all of which determine how fast you recover after any activity. Many older adults are surprised to learn that improving zinc offers more noticeable recovery benefits than increasing protein. That is why I call zinc the silent repair mineral. When your body has enough of it, muscle healing becomes smoother, recovery becomes faster, and daily life becomes easier and more enjoyable. Mineral number 5. Iron. The oxygen-powering mineral that restores muscle energy after 60. When I talk with older adults who feel tired even after small activities, I immediately think about iron. Many people assume weakness comes from aging, but the real reason often lies in low iron levels. Iron is the mineral that carries oxygen in your blood, and without enough of it, your muscles simply cannot breathe. I often tell my patients that iron is like the fuel pump of the body. You may have a strong engine, but without fuel, the engine will never run smoothly. After 60, iron levels drop due to reduced appetite, digestive changes, and certain medications. This drop affects your energy, endurance, and muscle recovery far more than most people realize. When iron is restored, your muscles receive the oxygen they need, and you feel stronger, more awake, and more capable of handling daily tasks. Every movement your body makes depends on oxygen. Your muscles use oxygen to create energy, repair tissue, and keep fibers strong. When iron is low, the blood cannot carry enough oxygen, and your muscles begin to starve. This leads to classic signs like shortness of breath, sudden tiredness, slow walking, and dizziness after simple tasks like climbing stairs. Many older adults think they are losing fitness, but they are really losing oxygen delivery. When we correct iron levels through the right foods and routines, many people feel like someone turned the lights back on inside their muscles. Their energy rises, their steps feel lighter, and activities they avoided suddenly become manageable again. Iron also plays a major role in endurance. When your muscles do not receive enough oxygen, they fatigue quickly and recover slowly. I often meet older adults who want to stay active but feel limited by their stamina. They tell me they cannot walk as long as they used to, or they get winded after minor exertion. When I evaluate their diet, I often find that iron intake is extremely low. Once we introduce iron-rich foods and support better absorption, their endurance improves in a steady and encouraging way. They are not getting younger. They are simply giving their muscles the oxygen they were missing. Another powerful benefit of iron is its effect on muscle repair. Oxygen helps rebuild muscle fibers after strain or small injuries. When iron is low, the repair process slows, and soreness lasts longer. Many older adults feel persistent stiffness because their muscles cannot heal properly. When iron levels rise, recovery becomes smoother and quicker. Muscles feel softer, more relaxed, and more flexible during movement. This is why I tell my patients that good oxygen flow is the foundation of healthy aging. Let me share an example. A woman in her 70s visited me with complaints of extreme fatigue. She believed she needed more protein, but her diet already contained plenty. After examining her routine, I asked about her iron intake, and she realized she barely consumed any iron-rich foods. We added simple items like lentils, cooked spinach, a few prunes, and occasional eggs. After 1 month, she told me she felt alive again. Her walking improved, her stamina increased, and she no longer felt breathless after light activity. Her improvement came from restoring oxygen, not protein. Iron-rich foods are easy to include in everyday meals. Lentils, beans, leafy greens, eggs, whole grains, nuts, prunes, and lean meats all contain iron. But one important point I always explain is that iron absorbs better when paired with vitamin C. Foods like oranges, guava, tomatoes, and bell peppers help your body use iron more effectively. Even a small glass of lemon water with a meal can improve absorption significantly. On the other hand, tea and coffee can reduce iron absorption if consumed too close to meals. I advise leaving an hour gap between meals and tea or coffee to allow iron to absorb properly. As you support your body with enough iron, you help restore energy, strength, and confidence in your daily movements. Iron does not replace protein, but without iron, your muscles cannot receive the oxygen they need to function and recover. This mineral is deeply connected to vitality, independence, and physical comfort. When iron levels improve, older adults often describe a new sense of vibrancy inside their body. Their muscles respond better, recover faster, and perform more smoothly throughout the day. Iron is not just a mineral. It is the oxygen carrier, energy activator, and strength supporter that your muscles rely on as you age. If you want to revive your muscles quickly after 60, restoring iron may be one of the most powerful steps you can take. As we come to the end of this journey, I want you to remember something important. Your body is not giving up on you. Your muscles are not fading without hope. They are simply asking for the minerals that help them heal, move, and stay strong after 60. Every step you take, every breath you draw, and every moment you want to enjoy, your muscles depend on these silent supporters. I have seen countless older adults regain their energy, balance, and confidence not by exhausting exercise or heavy protein shakes, but by giving their body the minerals it has quietly missed for years. I share this with you because I believe deeply in your ability to age with strength, dignity, and vibrancy. You deserve to walk without fear, stand without hesitation, and wake up feeling capable of the life you still want to live. Your age does not limit your potential. Your body can still respond, recover, and revive when you give it the right support. If today's video helped you understand your muscles in a new way, then I am grateful. My goal is always to guide you with compassion, clarity, and science that truly works. And if you begin applying even one of the minerals we discussed today, you will start noticing changes. Small at first, then steadily growing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need this gentle push toward better health. You can also watch the next video I have linked for more simple and effective tips for stronger aging. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am Dr. Linda Rose, and I look forward to guiding you again. Take care of yourself, because your best years can still be ahead.